welcome to the Leatherstocking Council's University of Scouting. My name is Rebekah Dickerson and I'm an Associate District Executive with the Council, and I specialize in Cub Scout recruitment. My focus for today is keeping the fun in the Scout meeting. Now, I know that we've all, for the most part, been to a pack or a den or a troop meeting, and that meeting oftentimes has activities, fun activities. But did you know that many of those activities were thought out and pre-planned to support the lesson? That's the whole goal of keeping the fun in the Scout meeting, is to use activities to help us to promote Scouting and also support the lesson. So here are a couple things for thought as we consider keeping the fun in the Scout meeting. First, when properly and appropriately presented, a Scouting activity should contribute to making the Scout meetings fun. Never forget that fun element at the meeting. Good fun at a meeting can be considered a positive outcome. We are all about the learning and rank achievements, but don't forget the positive outcome of the meetings as well. Good fun activities at meetings can, and I did bring a couple mystery bags to refer to. My first mystery bag is this one, and I'll go through a couple things about what good fun at meetings can do for the youth. And the first thing is, good fun activities at meetings can reinforce acquired skills by putting them into action. Reinforce those skills that your lesson has at the meeting by incorporating a fun activity or a game. The second thing in my mystery bag that falls under why it's important to have good fun activities, and that would be good fun activities exemplify teamwork. Many youth don't know how to participate effectively on a team, so these activities help to boost their teamwork skills as well. Another mystery bag drawing. Good fun activities can help Scouts share responsibility in the pack or the troop. Learning responsibility skills are not a thing that youth automatically know. It's a skill, it's learned, it's practice. So these activities can help youth build on these skills as well. Here is another mystery bag drawing for good fun activities, and that would be they help Scouts experience a sense of belonging. Okay, knowing that they're part of their pack, their den, their troop, being part of something and working towards a major goal. That's important for youth as well. And we do have a couple more in this mystery bag, so bear with me. All right. Good fun activities help Scouts to exercise their resourcefulness. One of our major goals is to challenge youth to be resourceful, to think on their feet and to be independent. So think about the activities. As you're planning your lessons, what games can help to challenge youth to be resourceful? Okay. This bag will cooperate with me. Another good fun activity would be, another reason why good fun activities are important is that they help to nurture Scouts' self-esteem, their belief in themselves and knowing that they can achieve. Also, it helps Scouts to learn life lessons. Okay, many Scouts, former Scouts, Eagle Scouts, talk about the lessons that they learned in their den, their pack, their troop, and these things can be reflected on as well. When you choose that game at the meeting, when you choose that fun activity, what life lesson is it helping to instill in the youth of today? And a final thing as to why good fun activities are truly important in meetings is that it helps Scouts to increase their self-reliance. And I know that sounds kind of repetitive, but self-reliance, independence, learning to be and rely on their own thinking is something that we truly promote at the Scout meetings. All right, so this is one portion of why it's important to keep fun in the Scout meetings and make sure that we focus on this and implement it when we're planning these meetings. just gonna move this over here. Some more food for thought is when you're planning your lesson for the den meeting or the troop meeting, a good rule of thumb for a scout meeting is to have games follow the theme of the meeting and reinforce the lesson that has been taught that day, okay? Activities should support the lesson. For example, if your lesson is on how to tie basic lashings, a good game would be the A-frame transport race, something that supports the theme of the lesson that day. Make sure that all my posters don't take off on me. Ooh. Ooh. Just gonna move these over here. I'm back. I apologize. So when we're planning and mapping out our lesson for the meetings, for keeping fun activities and implementing them, there are some basic rules to follow. And these rules include that there's, number one, no trash talking in scouts. It's common sense. Build each other up. Use positivity. Always use positive reinforcement with games. Keep that the focus. Have a lesson behind your game, okay? Make sure that there is genuine thought behind the planning of the game. Build the team up, never tear them down. Reinforce your lesson through fun activities, and always be willing to participate. Be willing as a leader, whether it be a den leader, cub master, volunteer, whatever your position is, be willing to participate and model for the youth so that they can see how teamwork is done, how that game is played and played effectively as well to help them learn in that meeting. Games that cannot be played. As always, there's some thought to this process of planning your meeting and incorporating fun activities, and most of it is using common sense as well and thinking through the game before you add it to the meeting agenda. So we're going to go over a couple basic games that are big no-nos in scouting, things that you should avoid incorporating into your routine plans. And I'm just going to run this one over here as well. All right. Before we move on, we have our games that are big no-nos, things that you should consider, things that you should not incorporate into scouting activities. And these are, I'm going to name off a couple. Combat games of any kind, no. LARP, live action role-playing games, those are not allowed in scout meetings. Here's another mystery bag drawing. More games that cannot be played are dodgeball, paintball, laser or archery tag. Things that we typically might not think about, these are games that are not allowed. Any game that's related to bubble ball, okay, and that includes knocker ball, battle balls, bubble soccer, bubble football, not allowed at scout meetings or activities. Even though they might be considered a fun game for some, just the safety precautions, keep everything in mind when you're effectively planning. And then no eating or drinking competition games. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be the one to have to report to a Scouts family that they're, in the hospital because they ate too many hot dogs at an eating competition. That's not the first thing on my mind that I want to be the one responsible for doing. No tree climbing, okay? I don't want to tell mom or dad or the family members that somebody fell out of a tree and broke a limb. Basic common sense, not safe. And please keep always in mind the Scouter Code of Conduct when choosing activities and games, okay? Do not allow any game to be played if it doesn't align with the Scouter Code of Conduct. And as always, we do have, if you are like me and you want more ideas for games or activities that you can incorporate, we will have them linked in the comments below. I have provided 5 important games that have been used on a routine basis with some of our packs and troops, mostly at the troop level. The first being the challenge trail, the second is the scavenger trail, third is covert operations, fourth is beat the clock, and the fifth is maker meetings. And all of the details for these games will be provided within the comments section for use for your own reference, but they're just some examples of things that you can incorporate into your meetings based on the lesson and what you're planning for that day. So here you have it, the basics to keeping the fun in the Scout meeting and how to make sure that you plan effectively when choosing games and activities that support your theme for that meeting or event. Thank you so much, and I enjoyed being one of your University of Scouting's presenters today. Thank you.